very fine morning to you today. Welcome to Signature Morning on Signature TV. Today is Thursday, October 30th, 2025. The week is almost over. Lillian, good morning.
Good morning, Uche.
Well, I want to talk about something that we read it in the headlines a couple of days ago.
Okay.
And I saw it again this morning it's a cause for concern. This issue of baby factories, in Nigeria, and we're even seeing rising cases of it in the southeast. Our
little tiny southeast is now part of all this.
I don't think southeast is tiny anymore.
Well, by zoning them, that's what I mean. They're agitating for more state. That means we're little. We need more. Well, but then, focusing on what we're talking about, it is illegal. It is inhuman. It is sad that in this digital age, in this time that we have, passed the old era, that these things keep repeating itself. And it's the disguise for me. Many people will say that these kind of things happen in a disguised orphanage homes, clinics, training centers. You will see women, pregnant women. You will see young girls from the ages of 15, 14 being pregnant by, impregnated by strangers. And the shocking part and the most painful part is that they will give birth, their babies will be sold to families,
yes.
And within 6 months or 5 months, they will get pregnant again. The process keeps going and going.
And I think it's also a case of, because there are also cases of young girls who are lured, impregnated, forced to give birth, and then their children are sold either for adoption, for forced labor. Even we have cases of rituals as well. A lot of bizarre things are just happening in our country, and it's very worrisome. I'm just wondering, who are the people that are supposed to be looking into these issues, and why are they so prevalent and prominent in our societies, even though they are hidden?
Well, they are hidden, but I think recently there was an arrest in Ogun State. The Ogun State police arrested one of those factories, arrested the leaders in those factories, rescued 4 children, 6 women. Some of them were pregnant, some were still carrying their babies, and I think the society is still trying, even though they said the analysis also says it's prevalent in the southeast, but mostly they're in the west, in the north, even in the boundaries. You see them being trafficked to different states. They will tell you, oh, it's training, go and learn how to make your hair. All these girls will be so...
Well, let's just hope that something is done about it. It's a good one for Ogun State. Let's hope that other states too imbibe that culture and fish out all these illegal places. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the program. I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha.
And I am Lillian Wali. Coming up next is our newspaper headline and review. Welcome back. Now, on the Punch newspaper, we're seeing coup controversy. Military tracks 45 billion naira in NDDC. Detained soldiers linked in NDDC top shots probe. Silva out of country. Denies links with alleged coup.
Tinubu revokes pardon for Sanda 140 high-profile inmates. Senate screening. CDS eyes foreign partnership to crush insurgency.
And now over to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. We are seeing Southwest leaders, traditional rulers unite for regional progress. Vasoranti, Akande, Ayedatiwa, Sanwo-Olu and others push for Yoruba unity development agenda.
FG releases 2.3 billion naira for payment of salary, promotion arrears in universities.
And over to the Vanguard newspaper, we are seeing how to fix Nigeria security challenges, say service chiefs.
Tinubu excludes convicts of kidnapping, drugs, firearms offenses from clemency list.
Power supply, Nigeria, chairman signed phase 1 power deal, 7,000 MW to grid.
Anambra Showdown 2025, why we are backing Soludo's re-election, Onitsha residents.
And on the Nation's newspaper, we're seeing 55 persons removed from presidential pardon list. Only 120 enjoy prerogative of mercy.
And on page 2, 2027 Southwest governors leaders rally behind Tinubu. Ministers gave scorecards at confab.
And on the Daily Trust newspaper, we are seeing National Assembly okays Tinubu's request to borrow $2.35 billion.
Kano confirms 4 new variants of polio virus. Banks' credit to private sector drops by 6 trillion naira in 4 months.
Alleged coup plot, Silva confirms raid on residents. And FG withdraws pardon for Miriam Sander, drug dealers.
Alleged Christian genocide, U.S. lawmakers relying on faulty data, says FG. Protests curfew trail Tanzania presidential poll.
And Shetima to ACF, don't allow mischief makers divide Nigeria. And that is the most we can take on the newspaper headlines this morning. We have Chris Maduka in the studio for the review. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Lilia.
Good morning, Chris.
Richard. And good morning, the people of the world. Welcome again to Signature TV newspaper headline and review.
Right. On the Punch newspaper, was seeing coup controversy. Military tracks 45 billion naira in NDDC. Detained soldiers linked in NDDC top shots probe. Silva out of country. Denies links with alleged coup.
Yeah, it's military coup, and only the military people can handle military coup. They, from the point they're operating, know what they are seeing that we are not seeing. Initially, some people say there was no clear information to the Nigerians about the coup. Some people say there was coup, some people say there was no coup. And I warn people, I said, stay away, let the military sort it out. They know when there's coup within the military and when there's no coup within the military. So civilians, and they call us bloody civilians, have no business with coups. The only thing we hear when it happened, either successful or not successful, is what we are happening now. We now hear who is being hunted, who is arrested, how much billion naira was traced, who is suspected or alleged sponsored. This information, the bloody civilians, we only hear. But we wish them good luck. But we know we are in civilian and democratic rule. So if the military are having punches or cracks, and that was one of the reasons the presidency gave for the appointment of new service chiefs. He said, go and unite the army. So because a house divided against itself shall not stand. It takes two to tango, and no two people can move along the road without agreement. So if the army have cracks, I remember sometime I said, let the new military chiefs, let the new security chiefs, especially the one that have to do with the army, let them go and use Aradite or super glue to patch up the cracks. But I know, and my father said, whenever you cut a rope and join, there will be bumps. So if they are aware, or there is cracks in the military and the army, especially, because when everything is there, they are the people who are the only people ready to go to sacrifice their lives to defend national territory and integrity. Now, if we begin to have cracks, as is suggested, it still boils to the fact that we need to be more reflective. We need to really look back and say, are we okay? Is everything okay? Let's not pretend. Now, from all facts available, there was coup attempt. And now they are being hunted, and then until, or there was alleged, whoever, because the law says until nobody is guilty unless the court proves the person otherwise. So, but the man that is at center of it all as alleged or suspected to have is already out of the country, saying that he is not involved in the coup. So good luck to the army Of course, everywhere. The South, in Tribune, South West leaders and traditional rulers are unite for regional progress. Sounds good. Sounds good. This is the kind of news we want to hear and congratulate them. Instead of hearing that one Wampa is fighting with one Alaafin, and they are fighting to know who is more powerful. And I said, if this fight gets to that level, then Nigeria is further being divided from religious, tribal, and it entered even traditional rulership and communities. That means we are scattered. So we were warning. Now we hear that Southwest leaders, traditional rulers are coming together for the progress of the region. Good luck. And these are the kind of thing we want to hear. Remember, they are coming together for the progress of their region. Now, like my usual allusion, I would say our idiom or proverb, I said, if you are a blacksmith or a learner, apprentice blacksmith, you don't know how to make a metal gong. You look at the tail of a kite because he always give you the shape or the template. If other traditional rulers in other regions of Nigeria will come together as traditional rulers, and the people who hold up our people, the last hope, the people that are closer to the communities, and they know the mindset of the people, citizens of Nigeria. If they will borrow leave from Southwest traditional rulers and come together, maybe we will be getting closer to the solution to Nigeria's problem. But instead of them to give up their positions of traditional rulers to the transient positions of governors of the states, because they have managed to dilute the power of traditional rulers. When they start appointing, they're giving them certificate and stool of office or whatever. And I said, like Fela said, how can you give me human right? Human right is my property. You can't give what belongs to me. Why should a governor who comes from a community that has a traditional ruler decide before he was born, before his great-grandfather were born, decide the rule? He will give certificate of in recognition to rule the community that were there before him. Can't you see why we have destroyed our country? Consciously. Because of power. Now when the trouble comes in Nigeria, there's the people they still go and beg. The traditional rulers should sit up because they are being used like commercial sex workers. When these people cause trouble in Nigeria, they will revert back to them and say, let's sort it out. They've done it several times. Why should they only patronize them when there's trouble and they've diluted their power? So Southwest traditional rulers, congratulations, you are beginning to think alike. If they come together, it's even now the governors that elect who becomes the chief in the state, who is the traditional rulers council, who is the chairman, so okay, politics has destroyed our traditional ruler positions and all that.
Now, I want you to talk on this. Tinubu excludes convicts of kidnapping, drugs, firearms offenses from clemency list. So some of those...
In the last 6 months, federal government has... How do I put it? Has reviewed itself several times within 6 months. I will tell you. You will remember all those things, but let's look at this. How can we... Does it mean that the people that are helping the president to govern this nation are suspects? At the position the presidency operates, he has several PAs, SAs, ministers, special appointees, ministries, department, agencies that are in line of rulership. The last thing that comes to him and the last document he will just peruse, and it's not because he has so much to sit in the position of ruling Nigeria or being governed in Nigeria, administrating Nigeria is not easy. So nobody expected that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria could have known. But people now use that opportunity to slot in things that shouldn't be there. And they will all go back and shout, the president did this. When the man said, okay, let me use the power I have to give prerogative of mercy or whatever they call it. Then they gave him list. Nobody expect that the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria would have gone through 175 lists and know, hey, this one killed the husband. Hey, no, remove it. Somebody prepared the list and got the president. And when the Nigerians begin to fire, the president calling the innocent man, the person who gave him the list kept away. We have the Attorney General of Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have the Ministry of Justice. We have the Nigerian, what they call the Correctional Service. They have records of all these people that were pardoned. Let's look at it again. Now they made the man look at if he doesn't know what he's doing. But if I were the president, I would sack all of them. You can't put words in my mouth and people of Nigeria, 240 million Nigerians. I know how, even we sat here and were saying, why should the president pardon so all this there? And a lot of people, it was raining everywhere. He pardoned drug baron. He pardoned the woman who killed the husband. He pardoned, and even the families of those ones that killed their son. We are all fighting back. But somebody sat down and gave the president that list to sign. Now, when this thing goes back, that will also tell you that the president also listens. Especially at this critical time. I like what he did. So if he has reviewed his policy, I wish he will review. Let the president also review what NNPCL or whoever is fixing the fuel price of Nigeria. Let him review some of them. Now that they've reviewed, some of the names that they slotted in people like pardon shouldn't be there, and they remove. That means the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria is a listening president. Let him review so many other things that are not working well in Nigeria. Mr. President, sir, to buy fuel in Nigeria now at 1,330 naira in Abuja is an anathema. And you know, between Lagos and Abuja, that's what they budget for. What happens to my village? Nobody cares. How much we buy in Onitsha, Aba, Enugu? Nobody cares. So let him begin to review some of those things that are standing and let him change. With presidential fiat, he can change because he has done this. This is a good thing to know from the president that despite all things, he still listens. And now he has changed and they've reviewed himself and remember, he shows he's a human.
All right.
If he makes a mistake and his attention is drawn to it, that he can change it. Congratulations, the President Jagaban.
Right. Now, FD releases 2.3 billion for payment of salary, promotion arrears in universities.
That's
Finally.
it. That's it. And we have borrowed so much, and we are releasing this amount to pay. That's what we are saying. Our economy is consumption economy. Once we borrow money and want to don't put it in right way or pay salaries, we are like person who has used fake dollar to celebrate Christmas for the mother-in-law. It means we are building on emptiness. Imagine this kind of money released for payment of salary probably for a month. That means if we are not making this 10 times over, we cannot sustain ourselves as a country. That means we are working on emptiness. We borrow money, use part of the money we borrowed to service the money, the debt. Then use the other ones, pay salaries and all that. We then look again. That means we don't have anything to build on and look forward. The people who are eggheads in the economy and national planning and statistics should tell me better, but that's my simple understanding. And since most Nigerians understand it this way, whatever they do anywhere does not matter because it doesn't trickle down. Once the people you are planning for don't even know what you are doing for them, all they see is hardship and hunger. And the way I feel it, that's all I also shout about here. Reduce! I hear there's a joke. When there's Sam Bakwe, may God bless his soul, visited one community and he was doing campaign. He was asking them, what can I do for you? I will speak in the language of that joke. They said, there's Sam, what Onuye is, I don't know. But those people are talking about what is more important to their heart. So the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, fuel. accommodation so that we know what we are asking for. I am the bad mounted goat that always shout for the others to get food and for others to eat. So may God bless Nigeria. Let's
go. Now on the Vanguard, let's talk about Anambra elections. Anambra Showdown 2025. While we are backing Soludo's re-election, says Onitsha residents.
Onitsha residents, I mean, whenever elections reach like this, you'll be hearing this particular group. If you don't hear housewives come together to back the sitting governor, you will hear that all the people suffering from leprosy in one community, you hear the people who are blind, the association of blind people have come to support, these are rented crowds. And it's a wrong thing. Which newspaper is saying?
The Vanguard
Vanguard has to apologize to Anambra State. There's no showdown. What we have in Anambra State is an election. Democratic election. The people of Anambra, where I come from, know who they want to vote. Whether you are incumbent, whether you are coming as a new, they already know. Because the man who wears the shoe knows where he's spending him. I'm sure the editor who is sit down far away in Lagos, talking about showdown in Anambra, there's no showdown. We only have elections that have come and gone. And I quote again, no single soul in Anambra is going into any showdown. Anambra people are going to elect the governor who will come back to Oka government house to manage the affairs of Anambra for the next 4 years. It's never been a showdown. I've been around several times. I will tell you a story. I was one time working with BBC Media Action. They were sent us to Oka to train for election thing. They could not allow us to stay through. They were afraid we would die, and they called us back to Abuja. And I keep telling them, I'm from Anambra. Nobody is dying. The people of Anambra are moving about their business. If you bring money as a politician, they will chop it. When the day come, the structure owners will send text. They will go and vote, and that's it. So if you spend so much money in Anambra election, you find yourself working in Alaska, because those who spend the money will start pursuing those who get money. There have been issues. Several one of them will start fighting people with police to go arrest people they give money. Anambra people regard political money as gratis. They know they refund them. Anambra people regard political money as, so that's them as much as you have, they will chop it. When the chips are down, they know who they want to elect. That's all. So no showdown. Nobody. The police want to cash in to send 45,000 men of their men to Anambra. They shouldn't go there and commit offense and say Anambra people are, all they want is, some of them will even be playing football in the street. After the election, they will do, just waste time. They go back to their businesses. It's only recently they begin to feel that there's even. So we have never had it that the marketers, traders will back up. Let them be sure who they are backing, because in election, you have to be sure who you are backing, because Anambra is dicey. If it turns out the other way, you will eat your words.
All right. Now, also on the Vanguard newspaper, we're saying that the service chiefs are, making statements how to fix Nigeria's security challenges.
Yeah, we congratulate the service chiefs. Yesterday, I was telling, they say they are going for screening. I said, which one be screening again? The presidency appointed the new service chiefs. Everybody, their name has gone everywhere. Even their pictures has climbed the offices. Everywhere, the newspapers all over the world has accepted them, and they have begun to even make statements and being recognized and taking pictures all over as new appointed service chiefs. Which one is going to NAS? And so my friend said, he reminded me just to fulfill all righteousness. So yesterday program was fulfill all righteousness, take a bow. And they're going to take a bow. After they have taken the greater bow, they take smaller bow and then moved on. So the congratulations, the service chief, they've come. Now it's time. Let them not get into too many talks. Security is not, we announced to the newspaper. We want action. Instead of joining Nigerian politicians to say, I'll water you, I'll fire you, then they remember their job is security. They don't need to make so much statements. My brother, one of my friends said, the blow that can kill a man, they know they carry him for trailer. So the blow that is powerful is not the one that is, I will kill you, I will do this. The security chiefs know what our problems are. They don't need to tell us again. What we want to see is the next few days we see, hey, that has been calm where there was storm before. That is storm of insecurity in Nigeria, we all know. When the presidency, in his wisdom, thinks that by change of pattern, we can put new blood in this to see whether we can sort this out. Let the people who have been given this mandate know how enormous their mandate is and begin now to act instead of talk.
All right, and let God bless those who deserve to be blessed. You know what that means?
Oh, yeah. Are we already there?
Yes.
Yes.
I should have known that. Okay, that we have ended on a good note. So thank you for having been there with us. Thank you for tolerating another bout of shouting and passion and reflection and emotions this morning coming from you. I don't think I don't know what I'm doing. The spirit of the prophet is within the prophet. So God bless you for having stayed with it and tolerated us this much this morning. And God bless my grown-up angels here. God bless the Signature TV crew. Remember, we told you Signature TV is going somewhere. Join us. Join us online. Join us direct to home on SLTV Channel 265. Join us on all social media handles. Just type signaturetv.official and you will see us. God bless you. God bless me. Because make a joke, baraka.
All right.
But more importantly, remember that God's blessings are meant for those who deserve to be blessed.
All right, a very big thank you to you, Chris Maduka, for that review. Now, let's take a quick break. When we return, Signature Morning continues.